I know I'm not the only one that was intrigued by the FN57, but never could justify the price of the gun itself and then the ammo. Well, at the first of this year, Ruger announced that they're making a 5.7 by 28 handgun, and it looks nice. I looked on YouTube and I saw a few reviews, but nothing really detailed, and I still decided I wanted one. And then I found one yesterday, and I paid $600 for this thing. I haven't shot it yet, but because YouTube doesn't have a lot of any that I've seen anyway, owner reviews, I'm going to do a quick overview of it. And because I don't have a lot of experience, I'm just going to rely on reading out of the manual for now. So like any good YouTube gun video, let's make sure that this is clear, which it is, because I don't even own ammo for it. Not yet anyway. I'm going to probably get some tomorrow. And like I stated in an earlier video, I also am going to get my hands on a Loner FN and compare them to them, if there's a desire for people to watch that anyway. So again, I'm going to read from the manual. The Ruger 5.7 pistol is an internally hammered fired, magazine-fed, auto-loading, recoil-operated center-fire handgun. The Ruger 5.7 pistol features a secure action fire control similar to the LCP2 and Security 9. I've never owned either one of those. I've owned some LC9s. The secure action fire control provides the feel of a short, crisp, single-action trigger with the secure hammer-sear engagement of a double-action. Despite longer cartridges, the steel magazine and high-strength glass fiber nylon grip frame provide a very slim, comfortable grip, not much larger than most 9mm double-stack pistols. Well, let's see if that's true. It is a very long magazine. Let's compare it to a very common Glock 19 as a kind of a base, I guess. 15 rounds, 20 rounds. You can see it's a much slimmer magazine, and it looks very similar to an AR-15 magazine, and even the round itself looks a lot like an AR round. But let's see what the grips are. So here's the Glock 19 grip, and look at that. Even though it holds that long round, you can see how it's not much different than a Glock 19. It's narrower, but as far as your length of pull, reach to the trigger from the back, very much like a Glock 19. That feels really good in your hand. So let's keep on reading a little bit here. The textured grip frame provides secure gripping and surface of all conditions. The Ruger 5.7 pistol features an ambidextrous manual safety lever and a reversible magazine release. So there's the ambi safety lever. I've never owned a 1911, but they say it's a 1911 style. And this is very easy to reverse. You just basically pop it out. Well, there's a video on Ruger's site. Hold the mag catch and put it on the other side. It's very simple. Just go to the Ruger YouTube page and they'll show you how to do it. I'm left-handed, but I still prefer to leave them as they are. It also features easy no trigger pull, no tools on takedown. We'll take it down here in a little bit and see how it goes. It's the first time I've taken it down. Steel sights. You can see they're adjustable, windage and elevation with the turn of a screw. It's got a big fiber optic front sight there. So bear with me, I'm going to keep on reading. The alloy steel slide has front and rear cocking serrations. Boom and boom. Lightning cuts. I imagine these are because, as it's probably going to mention, you can put a red dot on here. Just on their website, it's for 40 bucks. You can get whatever one you want, and this is a lightning cut to probably compensate for the added weight of your red dot. I may or may not add one. I've got one on this Canik right here, just a Venom that I may swap onto there if I decide to do that. So yeah, like it says, comes drilled and tapped for accessory and reflex sight mounting systems. The frame insert is precision CNC machined aluminum with integral frame rails. Specific features and options may vary between models. As far as I know, this is the only model. The Ruger 5.7 pistol utilizes a delayed blowback design in which the barrel and slide are held together by the recoil spring at the moment of firing. Depressing the trigger safety allows the trigger to fully travel rearward. The trigger bar transfers this movement to the sear, which rotates in contact with the hammer, compressing the hammer spring until the sear disengages and allows the hammer to fall against the firing pin and ignite the primer. As the bullet moves down the barrel and exits the barrel and slide, move rearward at different speeds until the barrel reaches its stopping point. The recoiling slide pushes down the trigger bar, disconnecting it from the sear. The slide continues rearward with the extractor pulling the spent cartridge case from the chamber and cocking the internal hammer. After the slide reaches full rearward travel, the compressed recoil spring begins to push the slide forward. The slide picks up the top cartridge from the magazine, pushing it to the chamber and pushing the barrel into the forward position. Releasing the trigger allows the trigger bar to move back into position, resetting the pistol to its ready-to-fire condition. Ooh, that was fun. So now you know how it works. Let's do a takedown, and I'll also, the only other things that really stood out in the manual was that you can't do plus P, which I don't even know if they have that ammunition, and it's safe to dry fire it, but not with the slide off. So this is my first attempt at taking this down, so we'll see if I can manage. It says you push in here, which it said use a tool, so I'm just going to use a bullet tip. Oh shit, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Sorry about my profanity. Let's hope it goes back in. Okay, it went back in. Kind of. Okay, I guess I wasn't supposed to push that hard. Supposed to rotate that down at that point, and then bring it to the back, and then forward, and then it lifts off of there, which it did, but I'm a little concerned that I just shoved that right through there. It didn't take a whole lot of force to do that. So you can see it's not like your average Glock. And to reverse that magazine catch, you just hold that down, pop it out, hold it down and put it back in. So there's your hammer. It says not to dry fire it. So I'm just going to kind of dry fire it. There, that's the only time I'll dry fire it. So let's look at this portion of it. You can see how this just kind of sits in here like that. There's a barrel, just a little 22 basically. When you clean it, it says you can just use a bore brush from a 22 or a 223. So that wasn't too bad. The takedown for the first time. Let's see if it goes back together. And like I said, I hope I didn't do anything by just shoving that pin right through there. I tend to be a little too rough sometimes. So it said to center it, so you can see how this is not right now. See how you can tip back and forth. So kind of make it stand right up, and then you just, it's not like the other ones where you slide it, you just position it. You can see right there, you just kind of set it supposedly on. Okay, oh, it's because it's not, there we go, centered. That's why they say to center it. So then you it says to rotate this back, but if it's not, it's because the barrel needs to be pushed back. You see that? Now it's pushed back and it rotated. And then this should pop over, supposedly. And it popped in. So for the first time, that was kind of messy. Let's function check it. Let's put on the safety. Safety works. Check the trigger, safety works. Okay, it fired. Reset. Right there. So Yeah, don't push too hard through here. All right. Put the magazine back in. Looks like you might have to kind of, let's see, feeds, kind of get some resistance here. And then, you think it's in? Nope. So you got to slap it in there, I guess. Which you should be doing anyway, but it's good to know. Let's compare that to a Canik, for example, since it's the one sitting here right now. Let's push, and it clicked right there. So it's like, that's probably what you're used to. Let me try that one again and see if that was the case. So I push, it's there, but it's not. Oh, there it went. So you want to, well, it went that time. You can see it's got a place to strip it out if you have to, but so just put them in with authority. No one's putting in magazines like that. Ain't never clicked. So just make sure you seat it, which is the case with any gun. Let's compare it size-wise to a Glock 19. Why? Because I don't know. Well, I already did that, so never mind. It looks more similar to me, size-wise and design-wise even almost, to this Canik. So let's take the flashlight off of it. This video is getting to be too long and sloppy. But you can see that this particular 5.7 by 28 round was developed to replace the 9mm. So let's compare it to this 9mm. They're very similar size, but the amazing thing to me is this is an extended Canik magazine that holds 20 rounds. Usually without that base plate they hold 18. But the cool thing with this one is you've got 20 rounds in a slimmer and smaller magazine. Pretty impressive. One of the appeals of the gun is the lightweight ammo and the ability to carry a bunch of it. Anyway, I'm going to get my hands, like I said, on that, what is that a loaded chamber indicator? Because it's not obviously loaded. That's just the extractor. I know there's a way to see if it's loaded. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm going to look this over, see if it's worth posting. Mostly just a teaser that I'm going to compare it to that FN and take it out and shoot it. I'm excited to get some ammo tomorrow and give it a shooting.